Scene script. Have you ever wondered why the birth rate in the UK is falling at an alarming rate? The answer to this question is more complex than you might think. The UK, like many developed countries across the globe, is witnessing a significant decline in birth rates. This isn't just a blip on the radar. It's a trend that's been in motion for a while, and it's causing quite a stir among policymakers and economists alike. In fact, the numbers speak for themselves. In 2022, the number of live births in England and Wales fell to a mere 605,479, the lowest level in 2 decades. That's a drop of over 3% from the previous year, and it's not an isolated incident. The birth rate has been on a steady decline for the past decade, but it's not just about the numbers. The composition of these birth rates tells us a lot about the changing face of the UK. The Office for National Statistics reveals that over half of these live births registered were to women outside a marriage or civil partnership, and the proportion of babies born to non-UK born women reached a record high, with India topping the list, followed by Romania and for the first time Afghanistan. So what's causing this baby bust? Is it a lack of desire to have children, economic pressures, changing societal norms? The answer is likely a combination of these factors and more. But one thing is clear, this trend poses a significant demographic challenge that could affect everything from the economy to social services to the very fabric of our society. But this isn't a phenomenon exclusive to the UK. Let's take a look at how it compares to other countries. The UK is not alone in this baby bust. Other developed economies are seeing similar trends. When we look beyond the UK, we notice that this drop in birth rate isn't an isolated occurrence. Let's take a quick virtual tour around the globe. We'll start with the land of the rising sun. Japan, known for its technological advancements and cherry blossoms, is also recognized for its declining birth rate. The issue has become so significant that it spurred concerns about a potential population collapse. Next, we jet across to Europe, specifically to Italy, where the situation isn't much rosier. Italy, famous for its art, culture, and pizza, has also seen its birth figures plummet to their lowest levels in history. These are just 2 examples, but the story is the same in many other developed economies. A considerable number of countries are now experiencing fertility rates that fall below the replacement level. This means that these countries are not producing enough children to maintain their current population size without immigration. So we see that this isn't a phenomenon exclusive to the UK. It's a global trend. A shift in demographics that's sweeping across developed nations. It raises many questions, not least of which is why. Why are birth rates falling? What's causing this shift in demographics? Is it a societal change, an economic one, or perhaps a mix of both? And most importantly, what does this mean for our future? There isn't a single cause behind the falling birth rate. It's a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. So let's delve into these factors, shall we? First, we must consider the economic conditions. The cost of raising a child in today's world is not a small matter. With the increasing costs of education, healthcare, and general living, many couples may be hesitant to have children. And let's not forget about the skyrocketing housing prices, making it even more challenging for young families to find a suitable and stable environment to raise their children. Societal changes are another key factor. As more women are pursuing higher education and careers, they are choosing to have children later in life, if at all. The societal pressure to start a family is not as strong as it used to be, and many are embracing the freedom and opportunities that come with being child-free. Now let's shift our focus to immigration patterns. Interestingly, the number of babies born to non-UK born women is the highest since records began. This could be due to several reasons. For one, immigrants may have different cultural norms and expectations about family size. Additionally, the recent increase in Afghan arrivals due to government resettlement schemes following the Taliban takeover could also play a part. But it's not just about the number of babies born to non-UK born women. The data also revealed a shift in the most common country of birth for non-UK born parents. Recently, India overtook Romania as the most common country of birth for non-UK born parents. This change in immigration patterns could potentially impact the birth rate in the UK. However, it's important to note that these are just some of the potential causes. The decline in birth rate is a complex issue with many intertwining factors. And while we have identified these causes, there is still much research to be done to fully understand this trend. Now that we've identified some of the causes, what could be the implications of this trend? A declining birth rate isn't just about fewer babies. It has far-reaching implications for society and the economy. It's like a ripple effect that starts with one small stone but ends up affecting the entire pond. Firstly, let's talk about the aging population. As birth rates fall, the average age of our population rises. This means that over time, we'll see more retirees than ever before, and fewer young people entering the workforce to replace them. This can lead to labor shortages, which can hamper economic growth and innovation. It's a bit like trying to run a relay race with half the team missing. Moreover, an aging population can put immense pressure on social services. Think about it. More older people mean more demand for healthcare, pensions, and social care services. But with fewer young people paying taxes, there's less money to support these services. This could result in a potential crisis for our welfare state, a bit like a seesaw with too much weight on one end. So, how do we balance the scales? What solutions might policymakers consider? Well, one option is providing financial support for families, making it more affordable for couples to have children. This could involve measures like child benefits, tax credits, or subsidized childcare. It's a bit like offering a helping hand to those who are considering starting or expanding their families. Another solution could be lowering house prices. If homes are more affordable, young people might feel more financially secure and be more inclined to start families. This would be akin to removing one of the barriers that's been holding them back. Raising the retirement age is another potential solution. If people work for longer, they can continue to contribute to the economy and support social services. It's about making the most of the resources we have. Lastly, policymakers might consider increasing immigration. By welcoming more people from abroad, we can bolster our workforce and counterbalance the declining birth rate. It's like inviting new players to join our relay race, ensuring the team stays strong. The falling birth rate is a complex issue that needs our attention. Understanding the causes and implications is the first step towards finding solutions. It's a puzzle, but with careful thought and action, we can piece it together. So, what have we learned today? We've delved into the intriguing subject of the UK's falling birth rate. The UK, like many developed economies, is witnessing a significant decline in birth rates. In fact, the number of live births dropped to a two-decade low in 2022. We took a global perspective and compared these trends with other countries. Japan and Italy, among others, are also grappling with similar issues, indicating that this is a global phenomenon, not just a UK-centric one. We then peeled back the layers to explore the potential causes behind this decline. From societal shifts to economic factors, we discovered an array of intertwined elements contributing to this trend. And of course, we discussed the implications of this falling birth rate. It's clear that this demographic shift poses challenges for policymakers, with potential impacts on the economy, social structure, and even the welfare state. But it's not all doom and gloom. We also explored possible solutions, such as financial support for families, lower house prices, higher retirement ages, and increased immigration. These measures offer a glimmer of hope in addressing this complex issue. While the falling birth rate presents challenges, it also offers opportunities for innovative solutions. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.